So was an okay filler episode.
I ship West Allen, but I just didn't have very high hopes for this episode. But it surprised me. It was a pretty good episode.
With the Elvis and his twin brother shit and all this other sentimental shit. Not bad, Legends. Keep this shit up, for real.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ, my bro Jamai.
What's good?
In the Spirit of Bears.
Kind of cool.
Bringing you our Justice Clubhouse podcast, season 3, episode 12.
Yeah.
We're going to be reviewing Legends of Tomorrow tonight. This episode is titled Amazing Grace. Roll the clip. This week on Legends of Tomorrow, Zari helps Wally get settled with the Legends and Wave Rider. Legends head to 1950 Memphis, where the Darks have honed in on the Death Totem. They find out that Elvis Presley has it in his guitar when Zari's totem is activated by it. Nate refuses to leave as Elvis has yet to record his first single, which shaped who he was. Sarah allows him and Amaya to watch over Elvis and the totem until the song is recorded. Nate, Amaya, and Elvis are jailed right after recording the song by his uncle Lucius, who believes his music to be evil. Wally and Zari convince Lucius to give them the record so people can come together through Elvis's music. Before they can leave, Wally and Zari see a horde of ghosts approaching the church they are in. Sarah, Ray, and Mick hold a funeral for the latter's pet rat, Axel. They find Axel leave his body and turn into a giant spirit. Nate, Amaya, and Elvis escape the prison as the town is taken over by the ghosts. They arrive at the church and listen to Elvis sing Amazing Grace, which helps the ghosts move on to the afterlife, including Jesse, Elvis' twin brother. After thanking Nate, Elvis gives him the Death Totem. The Legends celebrate their victory and lock the 4 totems into lockboxes Ray created. The Death Totem begins to shake. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse podcast. One sentence. Amazing Grace.
That's perfect, yo.
How sweet the sound. That was such a terrible Elvis impression, but whatever.
Close enough, yo. Close enough.
This was a fantastic episode right off
Yeah.
the bat. This is coming from like a weekend where we kind of just chilled and watched Jessica Jones, which was amazing also.
I have yet to finish it.
I finished it.
I'm on the second episode.
It's fantastic,
So,
isn't it?
yeah, it's crazy.
It's
from
kinda
the get-go.
dark.
Yeah.
Compared to the last season.
Mhm.
Waited 3 years. I actually got Netflix just for that. Like 3 years ago
Oh,
to watch
yeah,
the first
true.
season. But sorry, we kind of got lost. We lost track there. But getting back to Legends of Tomorrow, things we liked about this episode.
Everything. Dude, I just love how they incorporated the whole Death Totem.
Yes.
With this storyline. It's
Very cool.
crazy.
And it wasn't like the Death Totem. It's got a pretty
Totem?
scary. Totem. It's got a
Totem.
scary name, but it's
Yeah.
actually just like
Raising
souls,
souls, yeah,
basically.
from the dead.
And it was pretty cool that they incorporated Elvis Presley
Mhm.
in this one, and they kind of had a bit of a lighter tone with a little bit of supernatural elements to it, which is kind of cool.
Mhm.
And we get to see like Nate and Amaya, or Nate trying to show Amaya how important music is, and the rest of the team saying, "Oh, it's not that important," but it really influenced everyone. Really.
Yeah, it influenced a lot of history.
Yeah, because
Uh,
Amaya was like, "What the hell is a trombone
Hero.
hero or something like that?"
Yeah. And
Uh,
that's crazy how like the 2 games, it's
Yeah.
a small little like
Easter egg.
Easter egg, yeah. Guitar Hero and Miss Pac-Man kind of
Yeah.
fit in with the episode.
It really did.
Like how Elvis was literally the guitar hero,
Yeah,
and the whole ghost thing with the 2 of them, Zari and
Wally.
Wally, yeah.
It's it.
Reference Miss Pac-Man.
I like it. It's kind of cool. It's like a big sister and little brother type of
Brother, yeah.
relationship that Zari and Wally kind of struck up this episode. She's super annoyed with him, and as is everybody on the team, but she's the one that kind of helps him get like situated, I guess, with everybody. And then Mick kind of showed a more sensitive side with his rat
Axel.
dying.
Axel, aka Josh Groban.
Rip,
Yeah.
Rip, and Pepperoni, man. That rat, we've only seen him like 3 or 4 times, and the one big time was when he chased Ray around in the vents.
Yeah.
During that one time, and we just saw it was kind of crazy when he died. You just see his soul like grow on the table, and it's like a gigantic rat, which was kind of freaky. And I thought it was kind of hilarious that they held like a funeral for it, because it reminded me of The Office when they threw one for a bird.
The bird.
I mean, all animals are, they deserve to be treated like humans when you get that close.
Yeah,
to
just
them.
treated with respect in general.
It's just the way Ray threw it. It was just kind of funny, I guess. And then Sarah kind of like not taking it seriously, and then Mick is just like, I don't know how to feel, but I'm sad right now. And then getting back to the Death Totem, obviously shenanigans went down, and it was without any bad guys really. It was just the crazy pastor,
His uncle?
Lucius.
Yeah.
Yeah. At first he was like, this is the devil's music. You know how it usually goes. You guys seen the scene Footloose a lot.
Yeah.
Basically the plot of that sort of in here, and then he's just like, oh, it's kind of good, but then when he sees the spirits, it's like, damn you to hell. And then you kind of see the legends kind of help Elvis kind of put all the souls to rest, which was really cool. And you see Elvis's twin. That was his twin,
Yeah,
right?
his twin Jesse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he finally gets to move on to the afterlife, and that was pretty cool. The show just does really, really out there things, and for them to have to fix like millions of anachronisms, you know it's never gonna be like the same adventure. It's always something different, and this one was music centric, which was fantastic. I think, considering a lot of the casts in real life know
Are
how to sing.
musicians?
Yeah, exactly. What else was there in this episode?
You mentioned pretty much everything. I'm trying to think.
Because it's more like one of those like sort of filler-ish episodes, kind of. Because they're saying that the Darks had something to do with like the music not getting out there, but we never actually saw that. They went to the time before it all went down, and then because usually they do that, right? They catch the Darks in the middle of the act, and then they try to go back and then try to fix it. Here they just went straight to it.
I think last episode that time thing broke.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's like hard for them to get to those timelines.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. What else was there? It's a pretty cut and dry episode, I guess.
Let me see.
It was still pretty like it was a nice episode to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just like a lot of other references,
Nice.
you know, to like pop culture and stuff.
Do you
Yeah.
want to move into Easter eggs then?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, list yours down. and I'll list
Miss
mine.
Pac-Man and Guitar Hero. I said that there's a lot now. I'm struggling. I'm struggling, yo. Let's see.
You said Josh Groban,
Yeah.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Mm-hmm. Quite a few songs are referenced. I did not
Yeah.
catch all of them.
I was waiting for Hound Dog to come, but that's later on, I guess.
That's later on, yeah.
That would have been awesome. Amazing Grace.
Yes. Oh, he mentioned a lockbox, or they showed a lockbox, and it kind of reminded me of the DCO version.
Yeah, Promethean lockboxes.
Yeah.
Those things are cool. And they shake like that when you're like opening them. Yeah, I didn't find anything else, honestly. I was waiting for Wally to say the souvenir thing again because we mentioned that last week, but he didn't say it.
Yeah.
Him being on the team is fantastic. Like, he just adds like a whole nother. He's like how he should have been on The Flash. On The Flash, he was just like, I guess, him always trying to match himself up to Barry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it made him like a whiny character. But here, he's the lone speedster, and he actually has a lot to bring to the table.
But I think about, like, with this show, it's like they're all main casts.
Yeah.
So they all try to fit in with each other,
Yeah.
and they all have their own.
they're misfits.
Yeah, they all have their own, like, time to shine.
Yeah.
As where on, like, Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, like, it's mostly the main character, you know?
Yeah.
That they base the episodes around. So
That's
here
true.
he has, like.
His freedom to be
Yeah,
and to
exactly.
grow. You want to get into the previews, I guess, if we don't have any. Do you have no more Easter eggs?
No, just a lot of references.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
awesome. This
yeah.
is a pop culture feast
Show, yeah.
on this show.
Yeah.
Next week, Necromancing the Stone. When Malice's power over Sarah resurfaces, she unwittingly becomes the bearer of one of the totems. Rory must conquer his dark side in order to wield his own totem power. What?
Oh, what?
Mick? To help save the crew. Meanwhile, Agent Sharp notices that something is wrong and recruits someone unorthodox to help. He's got to use the fire totem. Mick.
Ah.
Because he's a pyro.
Nice.
Ah, dang. I thought Jax was going to get that totem on the line so that way he could put him back on the team. But
Yeah.
that guy actually has Franz Jame. I think that's how you pronounce his real name. He has a child, or he just had a child in December, so I figure he probably won't want to come back just yet.
Yeah.
But that would be cool. But now it could be, what's his name? Mick. That's crazy. That's awesome. Him holding the fire totem, but I feel like that's going to cause a lot of destruction.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Mick. Just think about this. He's had the most character development in all the span of these shows.
Yeah. True.
Because he went from a homicidal killer on The Flash
Mm-hmm.
to a time-traveling superhero who is soon to hold a totem of crazy importance to take down a supernatural being called Malice. Just let that all sink in.
Yes.
4 years of him leading up to that. I didn't even think he was gonna last being on the team for that long.
Yeah, I honestly thought
Thought he was
Snart
gonna
would
leave.
last longer than him.
Yeah,
But it's the total opposite, yeah.
and maybe that's what it is. Since Snart died, he kind of is like honoring his last wishes to be a hero, right? Like he doesn't want to, but he's like, that was my friend, and that was like really my only friend.
And along the way, he is growing to like it more.
Yeah.
Without showing it.
Him and Ray's relationship is like hilarious because they're like, you have Nate and Ray who are like brothers, and then you have Nate and Mick who are like, they're brothers, but it's like Mick's the older one that doesn't like the younger one. Right? It's like the way they act with each other, so it's pretty funny. But I'm pretty sure he'll try to save the entire team, and Constantine was in that
Preview, yeah.
So
Sure.
it's gonna be awesome next week. We've kind of been wanting him to kind of join them in sort of full force because we're dealing with Supernatural's forces, and why would you not want Constantine to be a part of the team? Be dope.
Yes.
What else can we theorize for this season? We have about... This is episode 14. We have 4
left.
episodes. Yeah, that's
Dang.
crazy. 4 weeks of this left, and that's it. And we got Supergirl back. It's hard. We still haven't seen Malice. He's just been using people as like what do you call the word? Hosts, I guess. And we don't know who he is behind all that power, but we'll put it back out there again this week. We either think that it's gonna be Zari's brother or who else?
I was thinking it was Ava, but I don't know.
Well, Ava
anymore.
plays something, so maybe it could be
Yeah.
her, and then she just, her voice just dropped a lot.
Yeah.
And or it could be a future Rip who just went insane.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
I don't know. It would be cool to see somebody new, but at the same time, it would also be crazy if it was
I think
one of those
the
people.
craziest theory out of those 3 would be Zari's brother.
Yeah,
'Cause it would just go full circle from episode 1.
that'd be sad too.
Yeah.
It'd be super sad. And then like she would kind of have a reason to stay with them because, like, what if? What if he's not like a one-off villain? What if they were just revealed that in the last episode and they have to go into the next season?
I wouldn't mind it.
That'd be crazy. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. That'd be dope. Dark, I don't think he'll die because that dude just keeps coming back. He's all over the place. We still have Grodd too.
Oh yeah.
Nora's falling in love with Ray, sorta. It's just a complicated time to be a legend. I don't know if anyone will die. That's the thing. It seems like Ray gets hurt next week, but I don't think anyone will die on the team. Maybe they might take a break. Like you said, maybe Sarah will like decide to like step down for a bit and then maybe let Zari be captain or even Ray. Actually, I think we'll go to Ray.
Yeah.
He's been there longer.
Yeah.
I
I mean, Nate kind of, to me, he kind of feels like more of a hero. Hero.
or like
More of
a
leader.
captain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be sick if he was either of those two. But that's a thing. Like them being out of even Rip had said to them before, like they're essentially not that important to the timeline as far as changing it. So maybe they could keep doing this. There's no reason for Nate and Amaya not to be together. Who's to say that Mari's grandpa is Nate? We don't know who it is. Ray and Sarah. I mean, Sarah. She might have the most importance of them all because she's tied to the Lances, and they got a serious storyline that's going down on Arrow right now. So, yeah, it's whatever it is. I guess it would be excited for it, and also Wally too. Gives him a chance to kind of grow and stuff like that. But it would be cool to have a speedster villain for him on these shows, honestly, because he's a little too OP.
Yeah.
He kind of like whizzes in and out of places and gets like they literally been struggling to get all the totems for 14 episodes, and he grabbed 2 of them in like 2 seconds, right?
That's true.
He's
Yeah.
just like They're like, we need to get this. We need to get it now. He's like, all right, I got it. What are we
Do you
doing?
see the writing in that?
Yeah.
It's so funny because she kind of like was what's the word, yo? I can't think tonight, yo. Fudge.
What, she was like calling out stuff?
Sort of like from a writer's standpoint,
Yeah.
she's like, we can't do things too fast because it's just not right. You got to do it like this.
Zari was saying that?
Zari
Yeah,
was
okay,
saying that,
yeah.
and to me, it kind of resembled like we can't have a speedster do this stuff that quickly because it's gonna run the show too short.
And then Wally's like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's pretty funny that they did that.
Mm-hmm.
That's good writing. It is good writing. Is there anything else that we could add to this as far as theories go?
I'm all out of theories, dude.
All right, so final thoughts.
This was a fun episode, yeah.
Can't go wrong with Legends.
Mhm.
It's just a good way to start off the DCTV week.
Yes.
And with that being said, you guys, we'll see you on The Flash. This week on The Flash, Barry and the team learn of a meta that can transfer other meta's powers into another person. When Joe and Iris question the meta, Matthew Kim, he transfers Barry's powers into her. Caitlin works on a way to reverse it, but as they wait, Barry trains Iris on using her abilities. Cisco refuses to help Harry create an intelligence booster that the latter thinks will help them take down DeVoe. Iris heads out with the Team Flash to get an alert of a fire at a nearby building. Iris saves everyone in it, but nearly dies when debris falls on her. Cisco manages to vibe to her and save her. Rafa becomes worried that without Barry as the Flash, he and the other metas will be caught by DeVoe eventually. This causes a rift between him and Iris. Cisco finally agrees to help Harry finish the intelligence booster. A meta Matthew created inadvertently begins to terrorize Central City. Matthew tries to reason with the man but is attacked. After being outfitted with a new suit made by Cisco, Iris arrives to save Matthew. Harry puts on the intelligence booster and quickly thinks of a plan to have Iris create a tidal wave to stop the thermal cyclone the meta created. Joe arrests him after he's defeated. Matthew returns Barry's powers from Iris and apologizes to the team. They offer him a spot on Team Flash in hopes that he can help them turn the tide against DeVoe. He accepts and Cisco shows him around the lab. After, Iris and Ralph make amends. Iris tells Barry that although she enjoyed having his powers, he is destined to be the Flash. She then reveals that she was blogging again. Using the intelligence booster, Harry finds out the names of the last two bus metas and tells Cisco. Now back to Justice Clubhouse Podcast. Alright, so getting into this episode of The Flash, which was titled Run Iris Run. Once on times.
Damn, I didn't know that was the episode name. I was gonna say that. That's my one
okay.
sentence.
Run Iris Run!
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this is a really good episode. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'll be honest and say I was going into this episode and be like, I'm tired of Iris, why they was throwing Iris in
I
there.
think we're just a little salty as
Well,
to how
because
she's
she-
acting.
Yeah, because ever since the season started, she kind of
Yeah.
just like, we are the Flash, but that's just not true. Like, you're part of Team Flash, yes.
She's
could be the
getting
team-
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can be the team leader. Sure, you could claim that.
Though that's the one thing though for me
Yeah.
is that she kind of self-claimed that or self-proclaimed
Yeah,
that.
ever
She's
since
like, I'm
Barry's
the
been
team
gone.
leader. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
did anyone? I never heard that.
yeah.
That's like that
I
was
thought
me.
Barry was the team
That
leader.
was me the entire time. Like,
Yeah.
you're not the team leader in my eyes, but
That's
it's okay.
true.
I guess she can take that,
Yeah.
that mantle.
And to be honest, it was nice the way that they portrayed her having powers. Like, they didn't go ahead and just make her like, obviously she had Barry speed and her lightning was really cool looking. It was purple.
Yeah,
It was like
that's
purplish.
a highlight of this episode.
Yeah. And for
For
the most
sure.
part, she could control the speed, but the thing is, she couldn't control the abilities that came with it. Like when she was making the cyclone, she was all over the place.
yeah,
When-
yeah.
When she was making the, what do you call that? She was trying to put out the fires with the arm funnel things.
Mhm.
She
The wind
could,
tunnels.
yeah, Cisco had to save her ass basically.
Mhm.
And I gotta say, Cisco really pulled through very quickly. He thought
Yeah.
really quick because that beam was about to collapse on her, and I didn't
Yeah.
even realize that he had left and grabbed her already. I guess the only thing that I wish we could have seen this episode was, since we saw Iris with powers, it would have been cool for her and Caitlin to be out in the fold together. That would have been
Yeah,
really
that
cool to
was so
see,
sick.
right?
Yeah,
And then like them prove, because I mean,
I
Ralph.
mean, it would have helped like more on this episode because there's a pyro
Yeah, and
fire,
Right,
or whatever the guy's name is, melting point.
Melting Point, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't she say that Caitlin was like gonna be in charge of putting out the fires, but she didn't go with her?
Yeah,
She stayed at the. It's kind of like twice now that they did that. They tasked Caitlin to do something, and the way they worded it, it was like she was gonna be out on the field with them, but
Mhm.
she didn't go out in the field with them. She just
the only
stayed
thing
behind.
that kind of signified that was when she's like, "I think Iris can do it," but that didn't
okay.
fully like make me think, "Oh, she's not gonna go out with
Yeah.
them." Like it still made me think she's still gonna be part the on-field action.
Yeah, okay. That
But,
makes sense. I
I
didn't
think
catch
that's
that.
the only thing that made me realize that.
Ralph's kind of like his doubts about Iris were justified. I guess he is just trying to lay low and keep safe. And I guess after having Barry save him all the time, he really just trusts him to be the speedster. And then
Yeah.
putting into the putting that power into somebody that only experienced it through her husband's like details of adventures and stuff like that. Obviously, you're gonna kind of be a little, on the fence
I
about
just
having
love-
that person, what do you call it, protect you.
Yeah, I just love how he said, he's like, okay, I'm just going to go back to my room to write my will. I'll see you guys later.
And that was kind of like a hard hit, but at the same time, it was real. Like that's why. I mean, for a second, I was like, okay, I would be cool seeing Iris have her powers for like a couple of episodes, but
Yeah.
then when Ralph was like, she was like, oh, good going. I mean, you did what you could, but Cisco ended up having to save you, right? And I was like, oh, damn, that was harsh, but at the same time, it was true. And Barry, that part of his weakness as a hero is his naivety, because he's just like, no, you could keep him if you want, but that's just too much of responsibility to hand someone that hasn't really trained to do that kind of stuff. And yeah, Iris really doesn't have to prove anything. Like she fits her best calling the shots where she can and writing the blog, right?
Yeah, that's
Reporting the
pretty
news.
awesome at the end there.
It's called back to season
she-
1.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Saved by the Flash.
It's awesome. I
I was
remember.
about to say Saved by the Bell for some reason.
Yeah, I think that's a Easter egg right there. That's
okay.
pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so the villain of the week this week was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was actually a villain created by one of the metas, which was Matthew, what's his name?
Kim?
Yes.
The Asian guy?
Asian dude is a
But-
good bus
The
meta.
thing is, it was unintentional, and it was already from previous meta.
Yeah.
That just came into town after the Flash was, I guess, spotted.
It's pretty cool that they have an Asian guy, because we're Asian,
What
Filipinos.
is his power? Is he
He
like,
can
transfer?
mix DNA.
Oh.
He mixes DNA, or he removes it from one person to another. Like, so he basically, yeah, exactly what you just said.
So what would his name be if
I think that-
Cisco were to name him?
It was Melting Point.
He is Melting Point?
Yeah, he
I
is
thought it was
Melting Point, because it's like the melting pot. You know, it's like
Yeah, but
You're-
he
you're
doesn't
mixing
have the firepower.
you're mixing stuff. Yeah, I thought that was what his name was, but he called him that. like, later on.
Oh. He
So-
called Kim that?
Yeah, he called Kim that.
Oh, I thought he was calling like the actual villain, like with the firepower.
Yeah, I thought so too. But yeah, he said, yeah, he's like a melting pot. Oh, melting point. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
I still
that-
feel like that's not his name,
Oh.
honestly. But yeah, you can continue.
yeah, I think it's cool that they have a meta who actually listened to them and actually was convinced. Other than Ralph, like he already went in with the mindset of like, I want to use these powers to help people, because the way he said stuff at the beginning made him sound weird, but
Very spiritual.
yeah, because he's like, you do not want to do this.
Yeah.
This is not you could be using your powers for a higher calling, and then he accidentally creates a bad guy of the week. Yeah, and it's pretty cool though that Iris was handling the bus, and I think that's what you guys have been saying, and what we've kind of been saying is like, Barry should handle DeVoe, the team should handle the metas of the week. That's just like the best way to do it, so that way we can see everybody out in the field and without having to always give each other damn pep talks, because honestly, I think the pep talks are good, but
I think that
not
was
every episode.
That hit a max this episode.
Yeah,
There's at least 4.
because every time it's like they're like, I'll talk to him.
And all of those were from Ralph.
Yeah, and no offense, like when we go through stuff in our life, we don't need a pep talk like every single time. We
Yeah,
just maybe need a morale booster every now and again, but like every
time there's a breakdown, you gotta get someone to pick it back up.
yeah,
But
like these
that's
people
not
are
very
grown
often. Yeah,
and they got powers. You know,
it's okay.
clear your head, go run out to the coast. You know, Ralph should just jump out what do you call it? An airplane and just
Parachute himself down.
yeah, or just land on the ground and splat and then just be all right. Like, you know, like everybody can sort of just be an adult about things and try to think of solutions, which is what Harry was doing this episode, making that thinking cap or the what is it? Intelligence booster. Which Cisco didn't want to do or like have anything to be part of because he's like, look at the vote.
I think that's foreshadowing something. The whole thinking cap on Wells. Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
It's just like Cisco's like, what's his name? DeVoe was actually a pretty decent human up until he fried his brain. So
yeah,
what about you? You're kind of a dick, and do you really think that you with powers, especially with an unlimited
source of knowledge,
exactly, is a good thing? And he's like, yes, I do.
You see him kind of turning there.
Yeah,
he's like more power.
And Cisco's like, no.
He's like, I'm shutting it off. He's like, no, fine.
The scenes with them are hilarious. Like he was just like,
dude, I was like, where's that coming from? And I looked at his mouth and it's come from Wells. Like,
here, we'll kind of like we'll just do one line and we'll show you what it sounded like. Okay, ready?
What's the line?
I don't sound like that.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I don't sound like that.
It's basically like that. And it is pretty funny that they kind of like portrayed that in this episode. But at the same time, obviously Cisco just didn't want him hurt. But it ended up actually helping them, and they found the last 2 metas after Iris kicked that meta that Matthew made in the ass, and she created a cyclone, and it was pretty cool. But at the same time, it was very messy.
Tidal wave.
Tidal wave. She stopped the cyclone with the tidal wave.
Dude,
sorry.
I honestly feel like that's what he's what Cisco was calling melting point. Because it makes sense, because he's got heat abilities, and he was raising it up to, what do you call it? Honestly, because it kind of doesn't match what the Asian guy was, or his description of a meta.
Okay.
That's just what I think, man.
All right, so since we're rudely interrupted by our own audio interface.
Dude, it's like at least once a week this happens.
Our Mac is old, sorry. But before it interrupts us again, we just wanted to say, carrying on from what we were talking about earlier, we can't wait to see what Matthew does to help the team.
Yeah.
Because he has a very different ability that they can use against DeVoe, which is to take away powers and transfer it into something else.
Yes. He's not melting point.
Yeah. Jeremy thinks he's not melting point. I think he's melting point. Yeah, it's, fight me.
Brother versus brother. I'm not after this episode. I'm just kidding.
Psych. I have powers.
Oh, I'm just gonna. I'll be over here.
Easter eggs, I guess we could go into.
Yeah, sure. First thing I noticed off the bat was Jason, the Jason mask on Cisco's T-shirt.
Reference central.
Yeah, he's got all the references and all the pop culture stuff on his T-shirts.
Like what we're trying to do. Look at this: Flash, Superman, gray hat.
Yeah, we need
Funkos.
We need more hats and T-shirts.
Paraphernalia.
Just everything. Right? Yeah, everything. Clothing and apparel.
I just want hats. That's all I want.
Yeah, and we need more Funkos too.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta fill up that
we plan to have, like, by the time all these our show evolves and everything, we're gonna have like an entire, just like the room is filled with Funkos.
Hopefully by next season.
Yeah.
That's a goal.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
We didn't think we'd get comics. We have a bunch of them back up behind us.
Yeah. That's true.
Sarah Connor was mentioned because Ralph said that he was basically like Sarah Connor's in the Terminator.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 was referenced by Cisco when he was talking to Caitlin about it. Saved by the Flash, you said.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Reminds me of Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all the ones I got.
You see my eye? I just went pow. Yeah, sorry, with the blog post, her first blog post was on, it was dated March 13th,
Very
2018,
cool.
And it's basically to date. It's crazy.
And this is the first time she's blogged since, like,
her being...
Well, no, she quit it when she got the job at the...
Has she ever made a blog post?
Nah, I think this is a callback to season 1. She's back to her roots, which is pretty cool. I guess we can get into the previews if we have no other Easter eggs.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
All right. So, another Easter egg, I guess, is the colors that she was wearing were like Dawn Allen, like both Dawns. Like it's purple and white.
Oh, yeah. True.
That's pretty dope.
That's pretty dope.
All right, so this show is actually coming back on April 10th, so we have about a month's wait. Nice with the eyebrows, Jim Carrey.
Sorry.
It's another break, but I guess
That's
it's gonna be
carried
coming
away.
back when Supergirl comes back.
Yeah, I think they're trying to end the shows altogether.
Yeah,
With
or at
the
least
exception
have
of
that.
Yeah, with the exception of Legends.
Yeah, so we got a month. Next episode's called Null and Annoyed, which is basically a play off of Null and Void, and it's directed by Kevin Smith, and it is going to star guest star Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes as security guards.
So Jay and Silent Bob on Earth 1.
Basically, it's basically that
Either
because
that or they're the same people and they just moved up on jobs from being clerks to security.
yeah,
guards.
or there were actually freeloaders on Clerks to that. So they actually have jobs this time around. They're not standbys. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Ever since Kevin Smith got the heart attack and everything.
Oh, dude. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
we just
don't.
want to say
Hearing anything with health problems kind of scares me.
We just
But
want to say
it's-
hope you're better. Can't wait to see this episode
Yeah.
and hope you pull through and everything like that.
You got this, bro.
He's fantastic. Every time he touches these shows, he really understands what comic book fans want,
Mhm.
what the fans of the show want, and stuff like that. And because he's basically a fanboy himself,
Yeah.
so he's basically living out all our dreams to be able to direct it. And he usually does a great job of portraying characters and kind of he actually deepens the interactions between everybody. So
Yeah, for sure.
it'll be interesting to see where he takes the team in this next episode. And Null, her powers are to manipulate gravity, and it affects Barry, but not so much Ralph, I think, because he can change or manipulate his density and stuff like
yeah.
that. So that'll be cool to see. I want to see Caitlin in on the action. That's for sure. I want to see her kicking ass with Cisco and Barry and Ralph. And I don't know whether it's between Janet Petty and another girl named Annette Mongoose, who are the last two metas.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know if that's their real names
We'll
because
just go with it.
Wells,
It sounds cool.
his audio levels, like from what do you call it, editing standpoint, his audio levels are just everywhere. One minute he's loud, and then the next he's like, it's so deep, but like very subtle.
Yeah. Because he does like the whole rap. He does like the Dean Winchester thing where he just makes it deep for no reason.
Yeah.
So theories moving on from here. We think that the Chimera thing is gonna happen where, now that they have who I think is Melting Point Matthew, I think he's going to be playing a very big role in either helping Barry get powers from DeVoe so that he can fight DeVoe,
But what if that
or
turns
or DeVoe uses it against
Yeah.
him. And then we have Wells, like tinkering with that
It's just
thinking
like,
cap.
he's like, guys, I got his powers.
Yeah.
I got his powers. And then he like makes him touch, what's her name again? Because DeVoe is...
Yeah,
who's
Fiddler.
that? Yeah, Fiddler. And it like kind of transfers the power from Barry to her.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be something like that where...
Yo, you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Now that that going off of what Jeremy just said,
Or maybe Wells and him.
yeah.
Switch. So he's the villain again?
Yeah, that'd be
That
crazy.
would be so crazy.
That too. And what if Barry obviously he's gonna fight against DeVoe, like the big confrontation, but what
Yeah.
if DeVoe is able to get Ralph as a host, and then they use all that to put it onto him to turn him into like the ultimate villain
Final
that Barry
battle.
has to fight,
Yeah.
and he gets everything, like all the powers and everything like that.
Both of, like, those two things would be so sick.
Yeah.
Because that's insane writing on both ends. Like
Yeah.
if
Harry.
if Harry were to be taken over
Yeah.
as DeVoe or Ralph, but
Yeah.
I feel like Ralph would be a little bit more meaningful.
Because he kind of has the same abilities as Barry. He heals super fast,
Yeah,
which
the
is
only
what
thing he
DeVoe
just doesn't
needed.
have speed,
Yeah, he doesn't have speed.
but he can still combat that with
Yeah.
all the other powers that DeVoe's absorbed.
And then his. Because
Yeah,
his is
that's-
invulnerable, and like his stuff just keeps like repairing.
It'll be a crazy way to end out this season for sure.
And then maybe Barry can extract him using Melting Point. Who I think is melting
No.
point. Matthew.
I mean, yes, in terms of the Matthew guy, but
yeah.
no. As the name.
Hopefully we see Aminette again soon. Some people don't like her, but I love Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, she's like a fun character
Yeah.
to see on the show.
And we need to resolve her storyline with Caitlyn and everything. And I can't wait to see Marlies because I miss her. And
She's fiddling around with the fiddle.
oh, that's what we've been doing, fiddling.
Yeah.
What else is there to theorize about? Godspeed maybe at the end of the season. We still have Barry's daughter. Apparently the director, I'm not sure who, or not the producer, said that we haven't guessed the identity of the lady yet,
yeah.
but you don't watch our videos, do you? So
They
we're
probably
gonna say
don't watch our videos. We'll probably be the only one that gets it right. Just like
We're
with
saying-
the whole thing with the Prometheus last year.
Yeah.
I said it since episode 4 or 5 that it was going to be Adrian with solid evidence. I didn't just I did call it out, but I kind of backed it up, and like they even said. Like all the
It wasn't
actors,
him. It
yeah,
wasn't
Madison
him. It was
McLaughlin and
him.
all those other
Yeah.
characters, they're like, no,
They
it's
haven't
not.
guessed
It's
it
not
yet.
these people. It's not Ragman. It's not Adrian. It's not anyone that's on the show. But it turned out to be him.
And then I had
You had the blue
I had a
speedster-
blue flash theory that
which was 2 seasons behind.
yeah, that was kind
Like
of
it you said it at the end of season 2, but it happened season. Sorry,
3. Yeah, I said it was 4 season 2. It happened.
yeah,
season
sorry.
3.
At the end of season 1, you're like, oh, why don't they do a blue speedster for next season? And it ended up being the season after.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. So we're gonna say that that's Barry's daughter,
Yeah.
and she's taking the role of Impulse or Bart in this sense. And if we don't hear her say this is Crash or this is Mode, I'm going to freak because I just want to see that happen. Whether her name is Dawn or Jeremy thinks it's Nora, it's the name is it can be whatever it is, but we're thinking that that's his daughter.
Either that or what if it's Wally's descent?
You know what? They're related to the Wes
Yeah.
Ellen, that's for sure.
Or even crazier, what if it's Cecile and Joe's daughter in the future?
Oh, that's
You
crazy.
know,
Yeah,
or
unless
they're-
that kid gender swapped in her stomach.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
Um,
That's true. Wait, didn't
it's a boy.
it is?
Yeah, it's a boy.
Oh.
Um,
Whoops. Maybe I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to.
I
bring
want to
that up.
see, I want to see Jay Garrick again. I want to see Jesse Quick again.
Yeah.
And to see that speedster that he's talking about on his Earth.
But what if that's her too?
Yeah, that
There's
could
so
be
many
this.
options.
Yeah,
she
there's a
could
lot of
be.
options.
She
'Cause she
could
was-
be the other speedster that's on the other Earth. That
Yeah,
he's
because she
training.
was writing like a
Mhm.
bunch of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be interesting. Whatever happens. Is there anything you also want to add to the theories list?
I don't want to add too many things because those theories that you already put out are pretty solid.
Okay.
I don't want to like overthrow that with anything else.
All right. So with that being said, you guys go check out Black Knighted. This week on Black Lightning, Jefferson trains Anissa and tasks her in helping him clear Black Lightning's name. The people of Friedland believe him to be Lady Eve's killer. Gamby tries to convince Jefferson to let him handle the problem, but is only hiding the fact that an old colleague of his named Martin from the ASA is looking for Black Lightning. With guidance from Gamby, Jefferson and Anissa make their way to the morgue. They find out that the burns on the victims were caused by a weapon that fired nuclear energy. As the two track the weapon, Lynn calls Jefferson about her findings of Alvin's research. She tells him that the same elements in a vaccine Alvin had are in the green light. Jefferson tells her to call Gamby. Jefferson and Anissa find Lady Eve's killer's dead body and the weapon alongside him. Jefferson calls it in to Henderson as Black Lightning. They wait and find a henchman of Tobias approach the body and tinker with the gun. Anissa saves Jefferson from a blast. After trying to talk to Gamby, Lynn realizes they had something to do with the vaccine 30 years ago. Later that night, she tells Jefferson to talk to Gamby. Jennifer finds out that she has powers and tries to learn how to control them. Lawless former associates are shocked to see him alive, and he is haunted by Lawanda's ghost. Jefferson talks to Gamby, who reveals that he was part of the ASA. They administered vaccines to children, and some turned into metas, but killed the rest. He tells Jefferson that he only kept it from him to protect the Pierce family, and warns him of Martin's arrival. Angered by his deception, Jefferson tells Gamby to stay away. Jennifer reveals her powers to Anissa. Now back to Justice Clubhouse podcast. Alright, so we're rounding out the DC TV week with Black Lightning. The episode was called... Damn it, I had it. Revelations. One sentence.
Gamby, why you do this?
Yes, but I totally understand you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this episode was really, really interesting, that's for sure. I don't think we've ever had a bad episode of the show just yet. There's been some slow moments, but this episode absolutely was awesome because you got Jefferson teaching Anissa how to use her powers, even though he doesn't fully understand what they are.
Yeah. It's funny because he's too concerned with her, but it kind of throws him off because he's not focusing on himself.
He's making some crazy mistakes.
It's good that, you know, like, you watch out for your daughter and, you know, help her figure out her powers, but for the most part, she's pretty intelligent.
Yeah.
She seems like she's working at how to use her powers correctly, and he's got to kind of watch out for himself at times, especially what happened at the end there.
Yeah. I got to tell you, though.
He's so excited. Sorry. He's just like, oh, my God, my daughter saved me.
Yeah.
My daughter, she saved me.
Yeah. It's like, Lynn, you hear me? She saved me. But what I got to say, though, about Anissa is that is kind of like a personal note to you. You living in his house, don't disrespect him. He's teaching you how to, you know, use your
Put
powers.
respect on his name.
Yeah, exactly. The way that she was talking to him and like rolling her eyes when he was telling her you got to focus and stuff. He was right about it because it helped you in the end to save him for doing the same thing that he told you not to do. But yeah, it was pretty cool of them like kind of bonding and her learning that Gambi was the one that helped him hone his abilities and stuff like that. And how important Gambi is to the team, despite the fact that he's been sitting on this huge lie that could affect them. But in a way that it would just kind of shatter their image of him. It wasn't like, and I guess it could get them hurt, but at the same time, he was really doing that for the greater good. He's keeping balance in that town because he knows too much.
Yeah,
you know?
he knows like that if he says one wrong thing, it's gonna cross boundaries with everyone else. So like keeping that one little secret, or it's a big secret.
Yeah,
keeping that secret is kind of keeping everyone else in place.
Yeah,
but now chaos is like gonna erupt.
Yeah,
ever since that whole scene at the end there.
And we know all about that. Like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like, sometimes stuff just falls apart, even if you try to keep it together. But I understand why Jefferson's upset, but I wish that he would come to understand why.
Yeah, I think that's just initial reaction.
Yeah,
but knowing him, like especially from 2 episodes ago, when he went crazy, or was that last? No, that's 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
like when he was. He kind of went overboard and stuff like that. Yeah, I think he's going to do that again. Yeah, this next episode,
especially when he realized that the man that's been kind of mentoring him kind of lied to him about stuff. And then Jennifer, she learned that she had powers. Really cool, really cool. And I like how in the comic
weird
books,
way to figure it out.
Yeah,
hanging up posters, you find out that you have,
and then you break your phone. But yeah, in the comics, she kind of like turns into straight, pure energy, and she kind of showed that like she had like the black and orange like going on with her powers and stuff. So I think
she's got special effects. Her sister doesn't.
Yeah, just they just cue in some flying laundry machine and stuff for her.
Yeah,
but yeah, Anissa's super strong. She apparently can withstand a mini nuclear blast.
Yeah,
she shielded.
I didn't understand that. I'm like, maybe she just pushed both of them away.
Yeah,
like,
and I was
far
like,
enough, but you're like, no, they're right next to the.
I like the fire's behind them.
Yeah, they're like they're right next to the explosion. Yeah, and look how contained it is.
Yeah,
so she kind of makes an aura.
That's pretty cool.
Not just for herself, like not an aura. Sorry, like a field.
Yeah.
Of protection.
Oh, that's dope because in the comics she does have that. I think she has like what her dad can do, like the shield thing.
Oh,
yeah, that's pretty cool. This family is so OP.
Yeah.
Lynn, she kind of
feels bad, man.
Yeah.
The fact that Lynn's just like the only one, just like don't use her powers, and then another one's like, don't use her powers. The third one, damn it! I feel like she's just gonna give up.
She doesn't know yet. It kind of sucks, but
I feel like she's just gonna like, nah, I can't do anything.
Yeah, she's got pretty chill ever since the last episode because the Lynn from like the first 2 episodes would have definitely snitched on Gammy fully. Like she would have told Jefferson that everything that whatever is.
The way she looked at her was like, "Bitch, what?"
Yeah,
like what are you hiding?
She did
from
like
us?
the whole like. When she looked at Gambi, like she like rolled her eyes up on him. It's like something was really wrong. And then Gambi's like, "I'm gonna go upstairs and have my milk." You know, I'm gonna tell Jefferson when I want to lady, and then just left her. But at least she gave him the courtesy of letting Jefferson know himself.
for sure.
So, yes, it was a big secret. But the thing is, like, Gambi was part of his organization that he thought was doing good, when in reality they were hurting a lot more people than helping.
Yeah.
And he actually whistle blew on them, which
So-
got Jefferson's father killed.
The thing, my question is, what was the vaccine to do? You know,
It was
like,
just to
what-
create the metas.
Yeah, but he said it was unintentionally it created the metas. But like, what was the initial purpose? Just to basically clean up Freeland?
Yeah, I guess so, something like that.
Because he said that they're experiments, but for greater good. But then it just turned up
Maybe they just used Friedland as like a testing
to
center.
just to see if anyone would get better from it. Like,
Yeah.
damn. And then they tried to create like a reverse to it, but it made green
Yeah,
it made green light.
it's crazy. It's crazy. And Albert tried to spread the story. It's kind of like Ben Urich from Daredevil. Like, he tried to tell the truth, and
Mhm.
then he got killed. That's a pretty good. There's some. What do you call that? There's some
Ties
things that
between.
bald bad guy, protagonist who has a hot head,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody that's tried to tell the truth about something and they got killed, and they have a mentor who lied to them.
Stick.
Yeah.
I miss Stick, dude.
Yeah, I miss Stick too.
Yeah.
But Gambi's cool. He's way cooler than Stick as far as like his attitude and everything. They're very cool on their own.
We've got a thundering dumbass in here. Sorry.
That's funny. That fits with it too.
Oh, yeah.
What else was there this episode?
Oh,
Lynn figured out the strain thing.
Yeah, that's good on her, but it caused problems.
Yeah, Henderson didn't do nothing, even though
They didn't
Jefferson
even show
called
up.
him. Yeah,
What
because
the
one of the corrupt cops from the department showed
What
up
an
instead.
idiot! What an idiot!
And they still haven't cleared Black Lightning's name. And it's funny because they weren't as, or at least Jefferson wasn't as panicked as I thought he would be. He already knew once the episode started that he was being looked for as
Mhm.
Black Lightning. He's like, I need you to clear my name to Anissa. And then Gambi's like, why can't I do it? The way he walks
He's like,
away, he's like,
You're so stubborn. Yeah, exactly.
boop. Yeah,
If
exactly.
only we had gifs, yo, or just like clips of those.
And he's like, Gambi. Damn it. He walked away.
They should have. Maybe if I have time, I'll probably insert that clip.
You're pooping, you're poop. And thank you to the people that or the hashtag Yumi from last week. you, me.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's awesome. Is there anything else we missed?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, so basically
Can't
they need to
remember.
prove his innocence using that nuclear gun that fired or mimic the Black Lightning energy, but at the
that's
same
a
time
lot.
it's way too much.
Yeah, it's a little too much.
Which apparently he can't even output. So
yeah, I feel like he could, but he'd probably like
turn
it's
it
like a
energy.
near death experience for him.
Yeah. You know, he can
It's
turn
too
into
much.
pure energy too, like pure lightning. That's how he could travel through phone lines. That'd be sick if they did that one day. He gets that powerful. Yeah. Is there anything else? Oh, Lala's alive,
La la la.
and
La
he's very emotional.
yeah, he's
and
confused. He's like
Lawanda's in his head and his chest.
yeah, exactly.
It's nasty, yo. He probably like. There's a scene where he's just like kissing her, and he's probably like, you know how you do like the self kissing stuff, like those videos.
Yeah, I've
people do
seen
that.
many
Yeah.
versions of that, but
But
yeah,
he was doing
it-
that, basically,
and-
and he cried.
Yeah, he broke. So is this like reform for him? Like,
Maybe.
is this his chance to do the right thing?
It's funny. His name is Lala, and it was Lawanda who died, and so is he La? No,
La la Wanda.
La Wanda.
No, la
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 Wanda.
La Wanda.
That's
La
the
la la la
that's the
Wanda.
hashtag, dude. That's the hashtag, yo, for this week. La 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 Wanda.
Yeah. Is there anything else?
That's your story. No, you hit pretty much everything.
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
Oh, we forgot to mention that the guy from the ASA Martin something.
Freeman.
He's a dick. Interrupted
Damn.
again by the damn MacBook.
We got cut off twice.
Yeah.
By our audio.
If you guys would like to
Come on.
donate a MacBook to us, please do so.
You don't have to.
Yeah, that dude Martin is back with an agenda. He wants to, where he's been using the green light to kind of like make more metas, I guess. Or he's part of that whole entire scheme.
Either make more metas or just kill people. You know. Like,
but he said
make them go vicious against each other.
what he said was they want metas to use for their own.
Oh,
So
So
I
they're
think
just-
they're
they're
trying to
just- but they're-
harvest super soldiers for
they
their
are,
own.
but at the same time, they're killing people with overdoses of green light,
Yeah.
or they're making each other go. Or people go against each
yeah.
other with the green light. So it's
So
like
it's tearing me apart.
I think that's their plan. Either
Yeah.
like they have two goals to kind of rid the streets of people and also get metas.
Yeah.
So like they're kind of doing two bad things.
Because they also want to freaking kill Black Lightning because they know
Oh,
that he's
so
the only person
they
that
have
can.
three motives.
Yeah, because they want to get rid of the one threat of them
Yeah.
being able to achieve that. So, yeah, it's
Damn,
interesting that
that's-
they didn't make what's his name Gamby fully bad like he is in the comics, or at least his
Yeah.
beginnings like that. He's just a guy that was in the
Yes, they're racist, yo.
he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and
I feel like he was just more
has
of
a
like
conscience.
a researcher
yeah.
for the team,
Yeah.
or maybe just like a scout, you know,
Yeah.
like to see if everything is in check. But yeah,
That sucks.
He's just working for the wrong people, and he didn't know it.
That's sad.
Yeah, until too late.
Anything else?
I didn't catch Easter eggs or
No
any
Easter
other-
eggs.
Yeah,
I didn't catch any either. Damn it. I guess we could go to the previews for next week. It's
Sure.
called. I wrote Little Black. I think I was supposed to say Little Black Lies. Next episode, in the aftermath of the latest killing, Black Lightning works to clear his name while also hunting down the person responsible for his father's death and anyone else involved.
Just Tobias. What?
Tensions remain
How does he
high
not
between Black
remember?
Lightning and Gamby. I don't know. Maybe
Wait, did yeah? It
Yeah,
even
Tobias
showed
did
in the
kill.
in the flashbacks.
maybe he
that-
wants to see every the one
He
who
wants to
gave
find every-
Tobias the hit.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Tobias was the hitman for them.
Oh,
Right? And then when he got to, I guess we're going into our theories here. Maybe when what's his name, Gamby got to know Jefferson, he
Mhm.
protected him from Tobias, but then he gave Tobias like the serum to be immortal and everything like that
he's like
in
one condition.
exchange
Yeah, okay.
for the Pierces. Like anybody that he knew, he couldn't
Don't
touch him.
Yeah,
So they kind of changed it here. Tobias was the hitman.
yeah.
That's crazy.
One baby touch.
One
No.
baby touch.
10% discount.
No.
One free
Free
cone.
ice cream.
Yeah, one free ice cream. So no more baby touch. No.
Dude, this is such a crazy. What do you call that? Like premise for everything. Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel really bad that everything's kind of falling apart in the Jefferson sort of household with
Like
Gamby
when
and everything.
one good thing happens, is just it's always like that. It's like when it kind of brings you back down to reality.
Yeah.
Where you gotta have I guess count your blessings. You know.
Yeah.
You get a lot
For
of
sure.
positive stuff, but then the negativity still comes around.
Negativity.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. why
So
I said it
they
like
both
that.
got powers.
Yes.
Both of his daughters, and then now people are most likely gonna come after them.
For sure. I cannot wait to see what they look like suited up, honestly,
Yeah.
because Gamby created the suit for Anissa, and now he has
Mhm.
a great one for Jennifer, and then Lynn's just like, oops, it got out. Like in the what do you call that? The preview, she said something like that, right?
Yeah.
She's kind of like, just like, oh, whatever, after this. Everyone's got powers, I don't got powers, I don't want powers. Everybody just die. Yeah, hopefully the problems between Gamby and Jefferson are resolved, and we see a final big confrontation between the Pierces and the bad guys. Not just, obviously, it's not just what's his name,
Tobias.
Tobias. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if there's remember maybe that guy Martin is part of that shadow board.
Shadowboard. Oh, the dimension? Yeah, probably. Maybe that shadowboard is ASA.
Yeah,
You know?
maybe.
Or maybe Gambia is part of the.
And then Tobias is kind of like the
Sure,
monster they created, and then
Yeah.
like they can't contain him and everything like that.
Mhm.
There's a lot of things that could happen
Yeah.
on the show. It's pretty dope.
I'm just excited to see where it goes because
Yeah.
this is like one of the few storylines I haven't really caught up with in terms of comics.
Same. I don't know too much
so
about it.
it's cool to just like be unexpected.
Yeah.
You know, every week, just like not knowing what's gonna happen. You kind of have a premise of like how the show's going, but there's still like little things like that happen each
I'm
week.
so sad I haven't caught an Easter egg. Honestly, that's the
No,
biggest thing.
dude.
I still think though that with those,
It's culturally relevant. though.
yeah, that's for sure.
That's the big thing.
It's important too.
Yeah.
I still think that they could run a lot of seasons of the show because they have those.
The metas.
If Jefferson is not one of the 9, there's still 9 other ones that are out there that could potentially be the villains for this show.
Even if Tobias is one, that's still like
A lot,
7,
yeah.
8 seasons worth.
Exactly.
Because they could do stuff like that, and Lala's still around too. They could extend his, storyline. Whether
Maybe
he's
he
good or
is
bad.
one.
Oh, maybe he just
Maybe he is his resurrection. Yeah.
Jinx just started knocking
Okay,
him.
well, damn it.
I knocked him out.
Is there anything else you want to theorize about?
No, that's pretty much it. Sorry, I'm looking this way. Like you looked at me, and I looked that way.
We're just
I'm
like
just checking
monitoring
the audio.
that.
Yeah,
Dang
Just
it! Once we
check
could
the
hire somebody
audio,
to do
bro.
this, we will.
Audio, always. Audio is important.
It's hard to do everything, isn't it?
It's whatever.
Uh
Yes, it is hard. We need someone.
we should ask Spirit of Bears what he thought about the episode.
Hello?
Spirit of Bears, what do you think, huh?
Where's he at? What? I'm trying to find him.
All right.
Oh my god,
Oh,
it's so
okay.
good. You see it? Fire! Okay, the next episode, man, like it can't get here soon enough.
Dude, it's
Oh.
like he likes every week's episode.
He really does, because he can't control what else he says.
He might have more options soon. you
Honestly,
know?
though, Bears does like these episodes.
Yes,
though.
yes.
Yeah, hopefully he does have more options, because honestly he's been saying the same thing for like months on end.
Sorry,
you
dude.
want to go into hashtags, I guess?
Yeah, the hashtag la 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 la
Oh, okay.
Wanda.
That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
But I'll do a crazy
We can
one
it
and
pretty
do
sure.
hashtag. No, I'll just keep it Lola Wanda. If you guys
This
make some crazy
perfect.
hashtags. Favorite episode this week.
Uh,
Mine has
Damn.
got to be Legends. I'll
Legends
say
was
so.
fun.
Legends.
Flash was awesome,
Mhm.
but just to be fair, and I'm like legit thinking that Black Lightning was my favorite this week.
Nice.
Yeah. Kind of intense.
yeah.
You know.
I got a hashtag. Okay, I
Yeah,
got sorry.
Go for it.
Uh,
Go for it.
This is kind of me. Don't hate me for this. I'm just putting it
What?
together. Death, Iris, Jennifer. That's so random. Jennifer Secrets.
It's funny. It's like you have, not an adjective, like a verb,
Yeah.
and then 2 nouns.
Yes. Okay, I'll do it
You
like
got
this.
2 people's names
Yeah.
and then death.
I'll say that again. Death Totem, Iris.
Iris what?
Oh, sorry. Let me do it again. Death Totem, Iris Speedster, Jennifer Secrets.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, you guys
That's
put that down.
awesome.
There's a weird one.
I was
Um,
about to just sing the and I ran so far away. I should do the Fez version. And I ran all night and day.
Okay. Love that show. Is there anything else you want to add?
No.
Really
It's-
solid
yeah,
week.
it's
We don't
very,
have-
very fun episodes.
We're gonna miss Flash for a month, and then we're gonna miss Arrow for like 2 weeks. So,
Yeah.
with that
So
being
we
said,
still got Legends and Black Line in there.
yeah, and there's plenty of content for you guys to watch on our Stardust. Be sure to follow us on there and
Mhm.
tag us. You guys see at the beginning of this video, we did put some reactions. That we're sorry that we didn't put some last week because I was actually editing a lot of it to give Jeremy a break, but I forgot to add the video. So this week we'll have some reactions in there for sure.
Yes, and with you saying that, be sure to leave a like down below if you guys enjoyed this week's episode, and leave
comment
a
on your
comment.
theories
Yeah.
and
leave the
thoughts on stuff.
hashtags also the la
Yeah.
la 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 Wanda, and then my brother's crazy one. I honestly don't remember it.
It's okay.
Let's see if I remember it. Death Totem, Iris Speedster, Gen Secrets.
Yes.
Very good.
Nice.
I don't know. I said very good.
That was
myself.
weird because I usually say go like
yeah,
the video
but
and
you said
comment.
the Stardust thing, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like,
So
why don't I just switch
I-
it up and I'll just do the like and comment. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell that's
Yeah.
there. You know,
to
kinda
join the
lonely.
Justice Clubhouse.
kind of
Yeah.
lonely here. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we appreciate everyone's support on this channel.
With that being said, you guys, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Switch up, yo.